Maren, walk us through the values at Arden Coaching, and then let's talk a little bit about how you live them. So first, what are those values?
So our values are integrity, authenticity, service, excellence, joy.
Talk about joy for a second. Why joy?
Joy is why I have the company. Joy is what I think we're here to experience as human beings. We're here to experience everything that there is in being human. Joy is a part of that. You don't get to have it all the time. But hopefully with what you do, which is where you spend the majority of your time for most people, sometimes more than the amount of time you spend with your family.
Right.
We want people to enjoy what they do. We love what we do. And we don't take ourselves too seriously. What we do is important, but it doesn't have to be without joy.
How do you deploy joy as a value in your organization?
Well, I want to work with people who love what they do. You know, my team is not here because they have to be here. You know, my team, from the coaches to the administrative team, they are doing something that is meaningful to them, that is important to them, that they feel like they're contributing and that they enjoy every day. We are not just like dictating that people wear, smiley T-shirts.
Right.
That's not the point. The point is to hire people who naturally emanate a sense of truth in their enjoyment of humanity. I know that sounds really maybe cliche or too big or something, but we want people who have done this work themselves,
Sure.
who are comfortable in themselves. That's where the authenticity piece comes in, and that they can enjoy what they're doing, right? It doesn't mean that there aren't hard conversations to have. It doesn't mean that things aren't important or urgent or stressful, but underneath it, we're here to have a wonderful experience. And so my goal for everybody that I work with on my team, the interactions I have with our buyers and our clients, that all of those interactions can bring a sense of fulfillment and connection and joy.
What does that look like in a professional setting?
What it's about is the awareness. It starts with the awareness of, well, what is the emotional intelligence telling me, right? What do I feel? What do I think other people are experiencing? We just had a massive reorganization. How does that impact people, right? People are not their titles. People are humans that have a job title, but you can't treat them like a robot with a job title. They are a human being having a human experience in that job and in that role. So when you have a massive reorganization, people usually experience a sense of uncertainty and instability and questioning, and they're scared. Maybe they're curious. Maybe they're excited. Like, you have no idea, but you have to figure it out. So you have to start with the self-awareness for yourself as the leader, for what's going on with your team, and understand that core piece, because they have a human experience underneath what they're responsible for and their tasks and what you've delegated and all of that.
How does that bring results?
Well, we actually live those values, and we are striving to live those values every day. Many companies put them on the wall, and then they have, compassion as one of their values, and then they have a bunch of jerks who are working. It doesn't match. So you have to hire and fire based on those values. You have to implement programs based on those values, right? You have to seek clients that align with those values.
Sure.
So our first is integrity, and you could argue, well, that's just table stakes. But I actually think people don't live we do what we say as much as they could or should. So we do what we say, and we're human, and we make mistakes, and we will then own those mistakes, right? That's part of having integrity. And we expect our clients to be the same. We don't want to work with clients who are trying to finagle, and we just want to have an honest exchange and conversation. That's where the best relationships take place.
I love that.
And then authenticity, we ourselves want to bring our full selves to work. You may not be the same as you are with your kids and your 2-year-old or whatever. It's not the same person that shows up to work, but you want it to be the authentic version, right? You're different at a funeral than you are at a 10-year-old's birthday party. You want to bring the aspect to work that's appropriate, but it still has to be authentically you. And that's if you're an introvert, if you're an extrovert, if you're the party guy, if you're the serious student, there's a version of you that can be applied at work, and you want the job to be a fit to that. So that's a whole other career match conversation. But so that's authenticity. Service is what we do. We are there to support our clients and be of service to them, but it also is on the customer service end. We want to make sure that we are providing data back to our clients and value back to the clients in addition to what the coach is providing with the end user. So that's the service aspect. Excellence is what we strive for every day. We want to pay attention to those details that we were talking about earlier and make sure that our documents are lined up and that we are really tuned in to what our client is asking for. And then there's joy, which is why we do all of it.
Thank you so much, Maren. Arden Coaching.